Dragon Age Veilguard. If you're not full-blown Vogue, you're probably not enjoying it. Then again, if you're Vogue, you're probably not playing it anyway because your whole life is literally about being a fake virtue signaling loser. So, it's a win-win.
Dragon Age Veilguard reviews are here, ladies and gentlemen. They dropped today as promised. And surprise, surprise, for the most part, when you look at big outlets such as IGN, it's the greatest game ever made. The greatest game.
Well, to be fair, obviously IGN is gonna be full-on shill mode for this. Who expected differently?
Game in the world ever. And what I find really funny is when you look at some of the positives for the game on some outlets, identity, representation, all of that stuff.
All of the words that I don't want to hear because I hate them. Mental illness is not great.
Is pushed right to the front. This is why it's the best game ever. It's triumphant, as Checkpoint Gaming says right here in their review. But funny thing about the Checkpoint Gaming review, the reason that it's such a...
Oh, it's even highlighted. Inclusive! Yes, I'm also a male with extremely low testosterone. How about you, friend?
Positive at 100 is it inclusive in very thoughtful and wonderful ways. This is from Learning the Law, the first review of Dragon.
We literally know that there are cutscenes where characters introduce them and give them their pronouns. I'm they, them. Good day, them.
Dragon Age, the Veilguard is in. This is the first one to drop. Okay. Approved by Metacritic. It's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, celebrated for its diversity. There's so much representation. It boosts the score to be a...
Beautiful. Man, if a game is not diverse and inclusive, I just read really hard until it is. That's pretty much it.
A perfect 10. The professional reviewer also wanted to mention he's gay for some reason. Truly a game.
Truly a gamer of the highest caliber. I also constantly mention how not gay I am.
Game of all time. It's funny. So that's why. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to buy this game, I'm not telling you not to buy it, but it looks like...
I am telling you not to buy it, okay? I am not gonna not tell you not to buy it, okay? I am 100% telling you, do not buy it! Even to make fun of it. Don't. Just don't.
And from what I've seen, it's lacking in a lot of areas. Skillup actually put out a 45-minute review trashing it. It says, do not buy in the title. But this is how you know. This is how you know that this game is going to get, like, outstanding reviews.
Yeah, they got shafted over getting the copies, and they didn't. And now they're like, oh, it's bad.
Reviews. He's scared to death to put this out. Let's listen to this. Studying Craig posted this. It's almost like he's scared of the pushback he'd receive for simply having an opinion that isn't approved.
I want to begin this review the same way I did my Final Fantasy 16 review, which is to say that reviews are opinions. This is my opinion and my opinion only. I expect that there will be a broad range of opinions on Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Reviews are opinions, but every opinion is not equal. There are opinions that are better, there are opinions that are worse. The world was not made for people to be equal in it. The world was made so the people who are not equal get to stand above the rest. The world was made so people can stand out in the first place, okay? Some opinions are just damn better than other opinions, and that is the reality of it. And if you can justify your opinion, why you think something is bad, then your opinion is probably a decent opinion.
And I encourage you to seek them out. I do not have a monopoly on truth. As I've said many times before,
I do. I will not shy away from this. There you go. Complete. I know. Thank you.
Just a nerd with a microphone and a YouTube account. My opinion is no more or less valuable than anybody else's. Okay? Alright, so Dragon Age the Veilguard is a colossal disappointment. I really can't put it any other way. I want to begin this.
So, like, he had to fade to black there for seriousness, but like for real. And you know, I know people have mixed opinions on him. I've seen it when I've talked about it.
By the way, Stuttering Craig is my favorite lesbian YouTuber pod. Oh, such a great lesbian.
I talked about a review he's given before, but this seems kind of unnecessary. You shouldn't have to do this. And it does seem like he's scared to just review it. Almost like he knows that there's going to be backlash for people in the games media world. I wonder if they'll try to cancel him for giving this a bad review. Probably not, because of the fact that he went out of his...
You can't cancel Extra Life. They are embedders. All of their careers have been made off of the fact that they embed their stuff in every site ever possible.
Way to encourage people to go watch positive reviews. And there's no shortage of those, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. But there's one thing that you might want to be careful with, and that's giving the game a bad review. So I kind of touched on this woman's review in the previous...
What is this? It's a language that I do not speak of. I hope she's hot to make up for.
...this video where she calls the game trash. Says it's garbage and that it'll be the tombstone of...
Oh, and she has a hot name, Natalia. She's probably, like, Spanish. Or Mexican. Or something. Hell yeah!
BioWare. She actually got struck...
Okay, obviously this is Spanish. No, I mean Mexican. Don't worry, my Latinx friends. I gotcha. I am a person of modern sensibilities. Yes, sensibilities. So I convey the opinions of the Latin of the Latinx community. Extremely. 10 out of 10 Latinx.
Rock. So it's in Spanish. Here it is translated by Google. Those from BioWare wanting to silence the truth. I got a strike for uploading that I had the code. Hashtag Dragon Age the Veilguard. But thanks to @Elon Musk and the free speech, they got it. I'm not going to delete my tweet, and a harsh criticism is coming. So this is it right here. Your account has been locked. They DM...
Well, this makes sense. Again, Ubisoft, this is make or break for Ubisoft. I currently don't think this is going to sell more than 1.5 million copies over the 2-month span. So, I mean, they're dead, but they need to try and not be dead, right?
MCA'd her because of this post, which was posted on the 27th. Not really a...
My favorite part is the fact that that's such blatant bullshit to DMCA someone over a Twitter post of letters.
Full review. I understand there was an embargo, but an embargo is it's a voluntary thing. Okay, you're not supposed to make a review public until then. She chose to...
Well, oh no, yeah, he is right. For a moment, I misunderstood what he's trying to say. An embargo does have repercussions if you break it. But if you break an embargo, it's not like the company that created that can just delete it off the internet.
You just
That's
give an
what
update.
he's saying.
Not even a full review. After playing for 3.5 hours, Dragon Age the Veilguard, terrible graphics, boring, and monotonous combat. They want...
Yeah. At first, I thought that there's a chance that the combat could be good, but after seeing what happens with enemies with a lot of HP, nah, it's a slugfest.
Want to copy Gears of War, or no, God of War. God of War, Gears of War. But in a bad way. So that's something that I had heard from Endymion, that they wanted to make this like a Gears of War feel.
Oh yeah, we also heard that. Yeah,
feels like not Gears of War. Sorry, God of War. The game does not run at a constant 30 FPS. It drops and the screen freezes when there are many NPCs.
Makes sense.
Many of the dialogues are noticeably made with AI, very linear. The options lead nowhere, false free will. The creator of characters focused on the LBGT community, inclusive language, and Spanish subtitles.
Nice.
I'm guessing that means they made it gender neutral.
Oh, this is a big thing because Spanish is not a gender neutral language. Almost no language is gender neutral, by the way. Those things don't exist. It's just a subversion of language, because if language is the most important thing humanity has. Fuck math, fuck physics, it's language. Physics and math cannot exist without language in the first place. If you do not have a way to describe a complex system, the complex system can't exist. First, we need ways to describe the complexity of whatever that we are trying to strive for, and then we can strive for it. And this is just a blatant subversion of language by trying to pretend that Spanish language is inclusive to non-binary people and whatnot. And I say people very lightly, obviously, because I don't consider many people if they're not gonna even last 2 more years into the future. It is what it is. Statistics, baby.
Language, which Spanish people do not like. The characters move very robotic. They lack animations. The script doesn't make sense. Neither do the quests from one place to another, killing bugs. Too much focus on LBGT and race swapping. It's a garbage RPG. Stay away from the game. Uninstalled it already. F your mother. I don't know how accurate this is, but I think we get the gist of it. She's not happy.
We have seen other people post extremely similar things. Again, we literally know that there's going to be cutscenes where main antagonists, protagonists, and party members go ahead and introduce themselves. I'm Steph, and I'm gay. Or the better one, a person just appears and I'm like, I'm gay. And you ask them, what's your name? I'm gay. And there you go. There you go. What great character development, said no one ever.
And then here's where she calls it the tombstone of BioWare.
Good.
And if they don't fix all the bugs before launch, coupled with the political agenda, this game will be shit. Also,
you can't fix the political agenda. That's the hilarious.
So guess what? IGN gave it a 9.
Yay!
And when you see who reviewed the game, you'll understand why, because that person makes identity a very important part of themselves. Focus on the them part, because pronouns are she, they. And I think you can figure a lot of the rest out yourself. So a lot of stuff going on with these reviews, and I suspect that you're going to see lots of positive reviews come out, notably from like Kotaku.
Yeah, obviously.
Polygon. I saw the game.
Kotaku can't give anything below a 9 to anything that has pronouns in its game anyway.
Gamer, of course, gave it a great review. I would be weary on this. My advice is, if you are interested in the game and you want to get it, go and find people on YouTube that you like and you trust, and go by their reviews. Definitely stay away from IGN and a lot of these other outlets, because they can't be trusted.
Yep.
That is my advice to all of you. But I'm really kind of blown away that they are striking down negative reviews. At least this one was struck. And
it's in a different language, by the way. A Latinx language. The Spanish are never gonna live down what the woke losers in America did to them. Latinx. That's just so hilarious. Dude. My Spanish, that everything Spanish is I forgot to call you Mexican, my bad. My jokes about Spanish being every Spanish being Mexican and the Spanish language being also Mexican does not even come close How offensive it is actually to be called a Latinx. It's hilarious.
I lost it. Probably wouldn't have. Probably would have still won on YouTube, but it would have taken more time. She got it taken care of very quickly over here on Twitter, but I'm not. Well, what am I thinking? Yeah, I'm not shocked at all. She didn't even.
Twitter probably doesn't have a lot of DMCA cases. Maybe it does, but I'm kind of leaning towards probably not.
Post the full review. People are allowed to post. People are allowed to post early impressions. That's not something that should be embargoed. You're allowed to post early impressions. But it's funny, just like in the last video, we see people saying, oh, if I was critical of the game, I didn't get a review code. Also, I think this is the woman that contacted somebody from BioWare and just said they were non-binary and got a free code. Like, so if you win, even if you're not, like, I think.
Beautiful. I am binary. No, I am not binary, but you know, you get the point. Anyway, 10 out of 10. That was Yellow Flash. 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye bye.